Hey everyone, Sherry here, bringing you a quick little training on our replicated sites. We're going to chat through how you could potentially use this, when you could potentially use this, some of the content that's in here, how you could enroll, and then how to get one if you do not have it yet. So hopefully you've seen this. It's so fabulous. We are so grateful to our Liveyounger team who put this together. It's been a little work in progress for a while, but I know we had a little powerhouse team there, slowly rolling it out to people to gather feedback. And I think it's just phenomenal. I've been able to use this with quite a few people in different ways. And so let's chat through what this looks like. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you see up at the top, you have a little button that you can click on different languages. I have a brand partner, one of my favorite people over in Germany, so they can switch it over to share. Just had a brand partner of a brand partner, so new brand partner on our team who has family in Poland. She was like, "Oh, that's awesome! Thanks for sharing and showing that." So you just never know who has family or friends elsewhere. So it's a quick for them to be able to share. So here, as you can see, we have our first 2-minute video on here. So sometimes you might share this after. This could be a second touch. So you have shared your video through the app. You've sent some information. You followed up. They're interested in more. Hey, I want to send you even more information through my website. So you might send them in the website. When can I follow up? When can you chat about this? I typically won't give it a long time because if it's a second touch, they'll be interested in following up quickly. I also will often just hop on or send it to them, and then if they look in at it right away, then I'll hop on to be able to answer questions and show them how to walk through it. I would discourage you from just sending this to people who say, "Hey, send me a link. I want to order." We want to use this as a tool to build relationships and a tool to be able to help them get our wholesale pricing. And so I have found it to be, if someone does ask for that, I found it to be really easy to just say, "Oh, hey, I'm going to send you the link, but let's take a look at it together," because I think it's really important to make sure that we do it together so that I can make sure that you get the best pricing on things. And also so that then if you ever want to share it with anyone else, you see the easiest way to do it. We want to be able to do it as efficiently, effectively as possible. And so I've never really had anyone push back on that, as I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'll send you the link, but let's do it together because I want to make sure to get you the best pricing, and I want to just make sure it goes really smooth." And so they're like, "Okay, sure." And people usually are even grateful to have the help. But we can get through it real quick if when we do that. So when I send this video, or excuse me, this website, I also make sure to tell them like, "Hey, you're going to know real quick if this is for you," right? Because you can glance through and you're going to know within 5 minutes if this is of interest to you. I guess if you watch the videos, you're going to know within 10 minutes. But a lot of people look at it and they're like, "Oh, yep, sign me up." So just make sure you follow up. Again, I would highly encourage you to do this with them on Zoom, on a phone call. You can send it over while you're on a phone call with them. People, typically have been thinking like, "Oh, wow, this is awesome." So you get down here, you've seen a lot of these things in slides already. By 30, your stem cells have decreased to about 50%. By 60, only a small percentage are active, right? We have our breakthrough in wellness. Here's your second video, X39. This video is just under 4 minutes. If you haven't watched it yet, please do. You want to make sure that you get into the weeds as a brand partner before you are sharing this with other people. You want to know what you're sharing. So then we get in here to the results. So you're sharing your own stories all along the way already, hopefully. And then here are some additional results from the outside. So some of these different photos will resonate with different people. I'll put it up like, "What do you notice? What's jumping out at you?" And then they'll start to talk. So then I can start to share the stories. This is also a great time for me to insert about our doc talk. If they have not already joined, You can see and hear from some of these people. You can hear their stories firsthand on our doc talk, but you also can hear lots of other stories, and you can hear about the things that are possible throughout the experience with X39. You hear people's stories, you hear the possibilities, and again, you can't pick the fix, but you want to be open to understanding all of the different things that can happen, so you can notice them when they're happening to you, right? So this is great. Doc, again, our great time to insert our doc talk. Here's some additional videos of what people are saying, what the doctors are saying. Again, click through these. They're all quick. As a brand partner, you want to know this information. You want to know what's in there before they do, before you put it out to other people. So there's our first click here to get started button. There's also another one lower down. So I'm going to keep scrolling down. I would actually encourage you to keep scrolling if you can keep them scrolling, because here's the expectations, right? The first few days, some of the things that you can look for. Sometimes people won't necessarily notice those things right away unless you're pointing them out. You also want to say, here within 4 weeks, I point out this bullet, like it's going, well, both bullets really, it's going to our most critical needs, going to repair and regenerate where we need to be repaired and regenerated, and we may not feel anything right away. If it's an internal organ, we're not going to necessarily feel it right away, but it's working for sure. So you can keep scrolling through this. Of course, many people want to know about collagen. Collagen's helping us on the outside. Obviously, it is doing some major help on the inside too with all of our organs. Here is the word is getting out. Here's our athletes. This is also a great time when I remind people that we have additional resources also. So I would like to remind you that inside of our Health is Wealth site, there are so many additional resources and tools. So if somebody's resonating, for example, if someone's really resonating with this athlete piece, we have another athlete training you can send to them. But just be really listening, asking questions, giving time and space as you go through this to find out what is piquing their interest so that you can send them more information if they should need more information. You want to send it matched to what their needs are, what their interest is. So, and then this goes into some of the more of the business pieces. With some of this, you'll scroll through quickly. Some of them you won't. They'll be ready to enroll before that part. I do think it's important to bring it up, though. You just never know. The first person, I didn't know where I was going to go with this. And the first person I talked to, just as a friend, like, hey, I heard of the coolest thing. I'm so inspired right now. Before I even had my own patches, the first person I talked to said, hey, how do I get that? The second person I talked to, hey, how do I get that? People kept saying, hey, how do I get that? Before I even had my patches, just from talking about it. So you do want to let people know whether it's lightly or whether it's in a strong manner, depending on how your relationship with them and what their needs are. There is a business opportunity with this. We would be missing something if we didn't at least share that. So we're going to click here to get started. This is going to take you to the same place that it did up above on that first page. Now we're in the second page. These are our getting started options. So this section right here looks the same as when you actually click in to the LifeWave site to enroll. So you are not going to be having people click in blind and then trying to figure it out after you're in the LifeWave site, because you've all been there when it times out or does all those other things that it can do. This is helping us have the conversations, continue to grow the relationship, find out what they need. Where are we going to get started? What are our possibilities and what are our options? So this looks the same, and I'm going to click into it in a minute, but this looks the same as it does on the LifeWave site. So spend some time in here talking through the starter pack, that starter pack that's like a Costco membership, right? And the core pack, a great place to start, advanced, premium. Talk through this before you actually click here to get started. You want to do all the background information before you get there. Again, this is the tool to help you be able to build the relationships. So by the time you actually get in to that LifeWave site, it is smooth sailing. We don't want timeouts. We don't want any of that stuff. We don't want to have to worry about if it jumped us into somebody else's account. We're going to have it be smooth sailing because of this site here. So again, if you don't click here to get started right there, you can keep going down. It's going to tell you more about the opportunity the options of becoming a brand partner. This video is a really great video here too. And some more of what to expect with LifeWave. So I typically won't go in the weeds of all of that stuff. People will click through it on their own, or I'll ask them to go back in later, suggest for them to go back in later, or go back in later with them. But in the beginning, know that it's there. Read your people, listen, pay attention so that you know what they need and how you can help them best get started. So then you will click in here. Here, I'm not a robot. Let's see if it's going to make me actually do that. You can see it's automatically clicking into my site, which I just love. And then you're right back here to the click kit selection, just the same as what we had on our website. So here, you're ready to go. Click, 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 right? We're going to start here with a core enrollment. And we're ready to go. We're going to switch our patches out, right? So you know how to work this from here. And so now we're going to, so that's how you would enroll someone. Again, I want to reiterate one more time. Do not just send a link and say, here you go, this is how you're going to sign up. Use this as a tool to build, to strengthen your relationship, to show them what we have. So now I'm going to go into if you're saying, okay, I'm ready, I want my site. I'm going to get into our Health is Wealth site because this is where you're going to, this is your easiest way to click in and get your own site right now. So we have the Let's Get Started things, which hopefully you're all enrolled in all of these. Here are our Zooms, right? Then you're going to go down to the step-by-step training videos. Let's click in there. Up at the top, this video that you're watching right now will be housed right here, hopefully. And then this is your button for Get Your Replicated Site here. So you can click into this. You're going to need to go through, read through all of this information. It tells you everything that you need because for now, for $50 a year, you and your team can have a personalized Live Younger site. You can, so mine says liveyounger.com/Sherry Duggan. I also have it linked to liveyoungerwithsherry.com. You can do that as well. Then if someone types in liveyounger.com, it then clicks to my liveyounger.com/Sherry Duggan. So you can link it to any other site, you can add it in, but you have to get it set up, right? And then you can walk through those steps to connect it in other places. So it's here, make sure you read through this. It's going to tell you what it has to personalize your page 1, personalize your page 2. As you get in here, here are the things that you're going to need. You're going to need the name that you're going to use. You're going to need a picture. You need to make sure that your picture's in that JPEG format, and here's the size. So if it is not in that format, then it's going to take you longer. It's going to kick it back. Here's if you have that PNG and you want to switch it, here you can convert it, but do that in advance before you get into your site. You are also going to need your LifeWave ID. Okay, so your LifeWave ID, your photo, and the name that you're going to use. And then you're going to go click the subscribe now button. I'll walk you through this, but it is very clear here. I'm going to go back, scroll back up to the top and show you. So this is the beginning of this website. It will tell you everything that you need. Good news, $50 a year. You're going to get this personalized site that's going to look so beautiful and be so organized. Sharing's never been so easy. You're going to first put in your payment. Here's all of the information that you need. You can put in 2 emails, 2 phone numbers, 1 email, 1 phone number, one of one and 2 of the other, whatever you need, right? And here's your subscribe now button. So you will enter your credit card. So you're going to go in, you're going to enter your credit card information. They're going to collect that $50 from you. And then you're going to be able to add in all the other information. So everything that you see right here for this on this form is what you're going to need after you enter your credit card information. So it'll be quick and easy if you have everything behind the scenes first. Again, your name, your LifeWave username, your ID, your picture, all in the proper format. If you have questions, down at the bottom underneath that subscribe now button is your help desk information too. So you right here, you can email here to support@liveyounger.zendesk.com. So send all your information there. They'll get back to you pretty quick and be able to help you get on your way. So I hope this was helpful and useful, and we look forward to seeing all of your sites. As always, let us know if you have any questions or need some more information.